हे गाइस, मैं हूँ डॉक्टर रिधिमा शेट्टी AKA योर फ्रेंडली नेबरहुड OBGYN और आज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं व्हाट हैपेंस टू द फीमेल बॉडी आफ्टर सेक्स। The first phase is that of excitement. In this, your heart rate starts to increase and your pulse becomes quicker. Because your heart rate is going faster, the oxygen requirement in your lungs increases, because of which you start breathing heavier and heavier so as to take in more oxygen. Small blood vessels and capillaries along the surface of your skin also start to dilate, because of which your skin appears red, flushed and glowing. Apart from this, there is an increased blood flow to the secondary sexual organs such as the breasts and the genitals. What happens in the genital regions? Your clitoris swells up and it becomes increasingly more and more sensitive. Your vagina also swells up and it almost changes its color because of the accumulated engorged blood vessels, and it becomes a dark purple in color. Your breasts and your nipples become erect. Breasts may temporarily seem bigger than they normally are because of the engorged and dilated blood vessels. Phase 2 is phase of plateau. All of these intense feelings start to build up and your vagina also starts to lubricate itself with a natural fluid expecting penetration. Apart from this, your muscles in your entire body really tense up, while your heart rate, your breathing, your BP also continuously starts to rise. Phase 3 is the phase of climax, where your body reaches its peak levels of excitement. There is an intense sense of release, and after that it feels like your muscles, your vaginal muscles are contracting and relaxing very, very vigorously. Post that, there is a surge in happy hormones, that is, your oxytocin levels are at their highest. Oxytocin is the hormone related to happiness and which also promotes bonding, which is why you tend to feel attached to the person after having intercourse. And then we come to the last phase, which is the phase of resolution. Resolution meaning all the parts of your body go back to their state pre-sex, which means your heart rate, your pulse, your BP, your breathing starts to slowly reduce and come back to normal. Your vaginal muscles go back to their normal state. Your breasts and nipples go back to their normal state. You may feel a sense of relaxation, or you may feel exhausted and tired and may go to sleep. This point is very, very important to know, because this phase means that all the changes that happen during intercourse are very, very temporary, and within a few minutes post-orgasm, everything returns back to normal. Now this brings me to the virginity test. क्या virginity tests actually scientifically and medically accurate है? नहीं. Firstly, there is no such test in males, which just proves how patriarchal our society is. But secondly, there is no medical evidence to prove in any way whether a woman has had sex or not. This virginity or hymen or two-finger test is not a reliable method to determine whether a person has had sexual intercourse or not. For this, we need to understand what exactly is the hymen. Hymen एक बहुत ही पतला सा almost mucosal tissue या पर्दा है at the opening of your vagina. ये completely covered नहीं है, इसमें छोटे छोटे छेद होते हैं so that आपका पीरियड का ब्लीडिंग बाहर निकल सके. जब इंटरकोर्स या एनी टाइप ऑफ पेनिट्रेशन होता है, या for no reason at all, even while you're exercising or stretching, the hymen may completely stretch out. During intercourse also, it doesn't tear or pop. In fact, it just stretches out or tears slightly at one area, while the rest of it may even remain intact. Apart from this, there are many ways in which the hymen can be torn naturally without intercourse, such as swimming, gymnastics, using a tampon or a menstrual cup, or horse riding. And some women के तो hymen होते ही नहीं है from birth. So this proves that there is actually no way to know whether the woman has had intercourse or not just because her hymen is absent. There is no scientific or medical merit to this practice. In fact, this practice is a violation of the female human rights. it can cause a lot of psychological and social stress to the women, and it has long-term consequences. If you are considering doing this test for your daughters or your to-be daughter-in-laws or your partners, shame on you. You should not be doing this. It is better to have an open communication and be honest with your partners rather than trying to find out through other ways. That's all for today, guys. Bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos by us.